Hi, my name is Brooke Nielsen, and this is my TV show pitch called Boys. So, the backstory on how I got started with writing Boys is I watched one of my favorite shows called Girls. It's written by Lena Dunham and produced by Judd Apatow. It's on HBO, well, Max now. And if you don't know, the show Girls consists of girl best friends. They live in New York straight out of college, and they're just trying to get their lives together. And the show kind of has an odd sense of humor with more explicit content in language and body exposure. And it just has a sense of realness that you don't get with many shows. And it's just women straight out of college just trying to make it in a big city. So I thought, why isn't there any kind of show like this for the male scene? I feel like there is not very many struggle shows just specifically for the male audience. So the behind the scenes for this is Boys would be a spinoff of the show Girls with a twist. It's scripted and a comedy, but less family friendly. Like, don't think of Modern Family when you think of this. Think of more kind of explicit PG-13, rated R. I want them to be about 45-minute episodes, and I would like for this to be a Max production. And I feel Max goes with the theme Boys is approaching. So, the first part of my storyline is the show will consist of five male best friends living in Florida. These are males starting their lives over in their mid 30s. For example, you'll have a divorcee, a man who left his family, a man who hasn't even begun his life, a trophy husband, and a single father. The point I want to make for the show is it's supposed to be sad situations made into funny scenarios, drawing light and having a dry humor where most people would not take that approach. The second part of it is these five male best friends, they've been best friends their whole life and they're from New York. They're all now in a point of their lives where they've ended up in the same city and state again. And they are men in a very weird, dysfunctional time of their life, still managing to hopefully keep their friendships alive and together. The target audience is adults 25 and up. Females could also fit into this criteria as well. It can be entertaining for all genders. While I was researching for the show Girls, I tended to notice males would watch it, but some parts were only for women. And I feel like the males did not appreciate that, but I want the same approach for boys. I want there to be times where this is only for a male audience. So the pilot episode, wow, all these men really only have in common these days is knowing each other since they were children. They've all shown up for their lives, good and bad. The pilot will start off with the man who got divorced is moving to Florida, going through one might call a midlife crisis. When he moves there, he meets up with the man who left his family, Roger, to help him find a new home to live in. After those two come into the scene, they get a call from Tyler telling them to come over for dinner. And as Tyler is making dinner, he gets a hysterical call from David saying he found a letter from his wife saying she left him for another man. Tyler invites him to dinner so they can debrief the situation. While all this is happening, Deacon is staying with Tyler, considering he is in trying times. So Deacon will be there just by already living with Tyler. So for the main part of the pilot is the dinner scene. The dinner scene is where the audience will get to know more of these characters. Everyone wants a character that is their favorite, the one they can relate to. And this is the scene where someone can kind of get a look into who are they? This is like my character. And of course, women and children of each male and whoever will be introduced within the first couple episodes. But I want to note they will always be more of the side characters. And I want to have an emphasis on these five males and their personas onto approaching their lives and handling things as a friend group. So the casting, this is my favorite part. I picked Justin Hartley for the divorce man, age 35. His name is Jack Harris. He's an ex-MLB player and now coaches high school baseball. Wife left him because of his ego. Secondly, is played by Seth Rogen, the man who left his family, age 37, Roger Flatt. He is a realtor, left his wife and toddler for a job in Florida, and made them stay back in California. And he also has some infidelity issues. Thirdly is Ryan Reynolds. He is the trophy husband, age 35. His name is Tyler Kavanaugh, stay-at-home dad to four kids. His wife is a doctor with a bit of a temper, non-maternal. Tyler is very submissive, who even took his wife's last name instead of his, and usually gets walked all over on. And then there is Patrick Dempsey. He's the single dad, age 35. His name is David Murray, single dad and a publicist. His wife left him with a man and or for a man and left him with their 6-year-old daughter by themselves. He's a non-emotional guy and he's now learning how to be that and while having a demanding job. And lastly is The Man Who Has No Life, is played by Jonah Hill, which I thought was funny. Age 34, his name is Deacon Smith. He's an artist, only moved to Florida to be close to his friends, has not sold one drawing, painting, etc. He also has a toxic girlfriend that follows him there. So that is my pitch. I want to thank y'all for listening, and I'm honored that I got to go this far into presenting for y'all and showing you my ideas. I had an amazing time creating this, and it's been such a fun journey. So thank you so much.